Internal reports suggest a total philosophical reset in Indianapolis. The starting quarterback is being monitored by AFC East teams for a potential blockbuster trade, while the WR1 faces a massive contract disconnect. This update signals a major organizational shift. Subscribe and like for this breaking report. Stay tuned until the end.
We are tracking a developing situation in Indianapolis that has significant implications for the structure of the Colts offense moving forward. Michael Pittman Jr. has effectively broken his silence regarding his standing with the franchise, and the comments we are hearing suggest a level of uncertainty that goes beyond standard contract posturing. When a WR1 of Pittman's caliber openly discusses the lack of clarity regarding his future, it signals a potential disconnect between the players' camp and the front office's long-term valuation. Sources close to the situation indicate that Pittman is looking for security that aligns with the exploding wide receiver market we have seen reset multiple times over the last 18 months. However, the Colts, under Chris Ballard, have historically been calculated, sometimes to a fault, when it comes to extending non-quarterback talent in times of roster transition. The reality here is that Pittman has been the one constant in an offense that has seen a revolving door at quarterback. His production, despite that instability, gives him leverage, but his recent remarks imply he is aware that the team might be considering a different allocation of resources. If Indianapolis is preparing for a deeper rebuild or a schematic shift, paying top-tier money to a possession receiver might not be their priority, and Pittman seems to sense that hesitation. This creates a volatile environment where a trade becomes a legitimate possibility if an extension isn't reached. We have seen this play out with other franchises. When communication goes public, it is often a precursor to movement. The front office now faces a critical decision: pay Pittman as a foundational piece or leverage his value to acquire draft capital. This uncertainty at wide receiver is not happening in a vacuum, however. It appears to be a symptom of a much larger evaluation taking place regarding the team's core identity. In fact, the instability with Pittman might be directly reacting to seismic rumors emerging from the quarterback room. You need to pay close attention to the reports coming out of the AFC East right now, because they involve a potential blockbuster trade that would completely reset the Indianapolis Colts.
Following the thread of instability in Indianapolis, the most shocking development involves the quarterback position and Anthony Richardson. We are receiving reports indicating that teams within the AFC East are actively monitoring Richardson's status, signaling that a trade involving the former top 5 pick is not out of the question. This is a massive deviation from the expected timeline. Typically, a franchise commits to a raw, high-upside prospect like Richardson for at least 3 seasons. However, if these trade rumors have legs, it suggests that the Colts' internal evaluation of his development has shifted drastically. The interest from the AFC East makes sense from a schematic standpoint. You have teams in that division desperate for athletic dynamism who may feel they can unlock Richardson's potential faster than Indianapolis has been able to. For the Colts, engaging in these talks would represent a total philosophical reset. It implies that the front office might be looking to cut their losses and recoup value rather than falling into the sunk cost fallacy. We have seen similar situations recently where teams move on from young quarterbacks quickly, think Josh Rosen or Trey Lance, when they determine the fit isn't right. If Indianapolis moves Richardson, they are essentially admitting the current rebuild has failed and are looking to restart the clock with new assets. This connects directly back to the Michael Pittman Jr. situation. If the quarterback of the future is being shopped, veterans like Pittman naturally question their timeline for winning. The Colts are seemingly at a crossroads, deciding between patience and a hard reset. This is the type of offseason movement that changes the power balance of the entire conference. I want to hear from the Colts faithful on this. Is trading Anthony Richardson this early a mistake, or is it smart business to get value if you aren't sold on his progression? And how does this impact your view on keeping Pittman? Let's discuss this in the comments. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. As these trade talks heat up, we will have the updates here first.